Not knowing how you were going to do it, not, anything like that, but just wanting to be cool. That's Peter. That's Peter Pettigrew. Eventually, he's corrupted, and eventually, that want to be with the popular people, or the people in power, is his ultimate downfall. But the wanting to be cool, that's Peter Pettigrew. And, I don't know, just to take that away from a character, to just dismantle that character, to shit all over that character, is so awful. It's so bad. It's so offensive, so not needed. Because it didn't add anything to the story, she's not, she almost instantly gets over it. And if you're at least going to do something with that, I'm not saying make Lupin a pedophile, because I hate that idea. I hate it so much. But if you're going to do it, if you have to take this character and make them into a pedophile, which I'm saying you could have done it with a million characters first. You could have done it with Gilderoy Lockhart. And I could kind of see it, Not Quirrell, because that's the whole Voldemort thing. The Voldemort doesn't really care. Lupin, no. Barty Crouch Jr., maybe. I wouldn't really, but you could pull it off, maybe. Dolores Umbridge, yeah, because she's just an awful person. She's just all the awful. Slughorn, I mean, he did collect little boys into his club, so maybe. But, Lupin, no. And if you're gonna do it with any of those characters, make it affect Ebony. Make it affect her. Do something, maybe make her darker, make her more gothic, make her, any of that stuff. Make her more evil, make her more, hidden inside herself, more that sort of thing, and then maybe Ron, or Vampire, I can't believe I just called him Vampire, Harry, maybe Hermione, someone has to try to help her with it. Do that if you're gonna make a character, videotaped by a pedophile, do something with it. Make a reason for it. Don't just put it into a book for shock value. That's disgusting. That's, the fact that she's done this is kind of disgusting. Unless it becomes a point later where it's, Ebony's actually affected by something. Instead of just keeping her in this vacuum where things happen at her but nothing affects her, do something with it. Make it matter. Then it becomes a point. Then it's okay, I see why she did this. I don't see why she has done this. This is just shock value and just disgusting and just ruining a good character. And that's really all I have to say. I didn't expect to go on to such a long rant after, getting through the actual 3 chapters in this video was hard enough because of how bad it was. But again, Lupin is such a good character and doesn't get enough respect, I don't think. A lot of people like to go, oh yeah, Lupin's cool. They say all the 3 murderers are, James, Sirius, and Lupin are all cool. But you don't really get into but Lupin's more tragic. Sirius does have that tragic instance, the 13 years of being in Azkaban prison for a crime he didn't commit. It is tragic. But he gets a great reunion, he gets his house back, he gets everything, and then yes, he dies in the end. But his transformation is fun. He turns into a dog. His, he essentially outlives the rest of the Blacks and kind of brings a bit of honor back to the name. He gets all of his goals mostly accomplished. Besides living with Harry he is I won't say Sirius Black isn't a tragic character, but he has lots of great moments that happen to him too. What does Lupin really have? He gets his job taken away from him. He has to live in hiding. He can't get work because of his disease. He loses essentially 4 of his best friends in his life. You know, and he doesn't get consoled for that. You know, he doesn't get a moment's relief where someone's like, but are you okay? You know, he immediately just goes, is Harry okay? Is this kid okay? Like, and you know, sure, he gets Tonks and he gets Teddy for a little bit. But, you know, he also dies. He also loses everything. You know, and he has the whole, like, I don't know if I deserve this. I don't know if I can handle this with Voldemort out there kind of thing. You know. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, he was a coward. And no, I think it's how can I protect my wife and child in this world where Wizard Hitler is active? You know, how can I protect the other people I love, like Harry, like my students, like all of that, in a world where Wizard Hitler is entirely active? And it's, you know, it's tragic. Everything with Lupin is tragic. And he gets 1 year. He gets 1 year of mostly goodness. You know, he gets to meet Harry. He gets to teach Harry, and he gets to see the James in him, and the Sirius in him, and the Peter in him, and the Lupin in him. He gets all of those. But then it's ultimately taken away because Voldemort has to fire him. You know, the man that killed his best friend is still affecting him because it's Voldemort's curse on the dark arts position that Lupin loses it and doesn't get to teach anymore. Doesn't get to see Harry. Anyway, on that positive note, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Again, ask me any questions you want me to talk about. Like I just went into my thoughts on Lupin. Maybe there's another character you want me to go into my thoughts on. And I kind of went into Sirius, but not really. But maybe there's another character that you want me to talk about, like Dumbledore or Ebony, who I haven't really addressed yet. I haven't really talked about her. But feel free to comment those below, and I will talk about them on my big final video where I talk about everything about this entire book. Again, I'm going to try to Google like some discussion points on this, but I don't know if there's going to be any. Just because, yes, it's an infamous fanfiction, but I don't know if there's discussion points on fanfictions. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good night.